Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BASHAM, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one Libya flood. Libya flood, 10,000 people missing. Libya flood, 10,000 people missing. Call halal yamla alahayanawa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yahawah Abanawa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And I don't want to make this too long, just a quick hit. You know, looking into the headlines this morning, and over there in Libya, a great flood you know, has taken place. And you know, they're saying over 5,000 people are dead, and the death toll is rising. And they said over 10,000 people are missing. You know, devastating, catastrophic, you know, judgment. And this is the time that we're in. This is the time that we're in, and it's going to get worse than that. And I want to read a little bit of the article, and I got a couple scriptures, and I'm going to close out. But this is the time where Israel, you Israelites, you know, Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, this is the time where you need to be seeking the Lord, because judgment is taking place. Judgment is taking place, and this thing is gonna get far beyond. It's gonna get out of control. How the Lord just started, you know, really just putting people to death. They said over 5,000 people are dead, and that's in counting. And there's 10,000 people missing. So really, it could be almost 15,000 people that could be dead. You know, we're approaching a time where the Lord is gonna, you know, you ever seen 50,000 people get put to death? You ever seen 200,000 people get put to death? You know, these are the times that we're entering. We're entering judgment. The Lord he's visiting the earth. You know, the crime, the diseases, these disasters that are happening. The Lord he's visiting the earth. The Lord is on his way back, and you know, for his second return. He told you that in Isaiah that he was going to punish the world for their evil and for their iniquity. There's no escaping this judgment. Let me get to the article. Playtime is over. Playtime is over. It says in this article, this is from Reuters, and this is posted 38 minutes ago. This is Reuters. It says Libya floods wipe out quarter of city. Libya floods wipe out quarter of city. Death toll passes 2,000. It says Libya, September 12th, it says more than 2,000 people were killed, and at least 10,000 were missing in Libya in floods caused by a huge Mediterranean storm. That's the Lord. It says that burst dams, swept away buildings, and wiped out as much as a quarter of the eastern coastal city of Derna. It says officials expected the death toll to rise further And I was just looking at the news, and they were basically saying over 10,000 people are dead. It says Mediterranean. It says officials expected the death toll to rise further after Storm Daniel barreled across the Mediterranean into a country divided and crumbling after more than a decade of conflict. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. Just a quick hit, but I'm gonna get to the scriptures. I don't want to make this too long. Just something that was on my spirit, and through the power of the Spirit of YAHAWAHSHI, something that I seen in the headlines a little while ago. But they just, it's one event after another that's happening, and this is the Lord who's doing this, man. The Lord told you, like He said, man, I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Roughly paraphrasing it, man. The Lord He's visiting the earth right now. This is why this is a very serious and deadly time to get your spirit right. This is to Israel, to you Israelites, man, to get right with the Lord, because judgment is out the door. The death is about to be on a whole nother level. There's giant waves of death coming in the earth. Them death angels are loose right now. You see? Let me go here. Let me go to Psalm 107. Psalm 107 and 23. Psalm 107 and 23. It says that they go down to the sea in ships. See, that they go down to the sea in ships that do business in great waters. See, it says 24. It says, these see the works of the Lord and His wonders in the deep. Yeah, them big gigantic waves, because you have those ships that go through the seas, and that flood was caused through out there in the Mediterranean, a storm. The Lord, how His works are, them big gigantic waves, are terrifying if you're out there in the ship, because one big giant wave will crush one of those big 1,000, however those sea ships weigh. Those are big ships that are out there in the sea, and one wave out there in the sea will swallow up one of those ships and suck it under and bring it under. You know how many ships have got destroyed in those storms going through them waters? That's the Lord, man. It says and His wonders in the deep. The Lord has His works are they're outstanding. They're you marvel at them, man. They're the way He does this, man, is you don't have there's no understanding to this. But it says 25, it says, for he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the waves thereof. He spoke and the winds rose up. This is the power of Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. You see, the Holy Mashiach, He's nothing to play with, man. He's a man of war. There's a serious spirit on the Father, Yahawah, and the Son, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. There is a serious spirit on them, man. They don't play around. They will put you to death. The Lord will put you to death, man. He's not no police cop or some damn military general. The Lord is a man of war. He's serious. This is why this is why you Israelites better get in line, because the Lord will put you and your family to death. He's not a respecter of a person. We need him to be saved out of this. He don't need us. And all this arrogancy from you men and women and children, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the arrogancy, the pride, the Lord's gonna smash that, because he's bringing terror in the earth. The Lord don't give a shit about what kind of car you drive or what type of business or who you are in the earth. The Lord's not a respecter of a person. This is Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, who's doing this in the earth. These fires, these disasters, the crime, the violence. This is the Lord, Yahawah, BASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, who's doing this. The Lord said, I form the light. I create darkness. I, the Lord, do all these things, man. Let me go here. But he said 25, he said, for he commandeth and raiseth the stormy wind, which lifteth up the waves thereof. That's the Lord who did that. They just had a storm down there in Libya, and it flooded, and look at it. There's more than 10,000 people missing, and over 5,000 people dead. I mean, it's just a catastrophic disaster. Let me go here. I got a couple more and I'll close out. But it says, call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal yamla alahayanawa Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. The Lord is visiting our earth, man. Judgment is taking place. The Lord's putting people to death. Too much pride, arrogancy, wickedness going on the earth. You Israelites better get in line and come back to your power, or you're gonna fall through the cracks. You're gonna be put to death. It says Psalm 91. Psalm 91. It says 1,000. See, 1,000 shall fall at thy side. 1,000 people be put to death, and 10,000, and 10,000, and 10,000 at thy right hand. But it shall not come nigh thee. The elect is going to be guided and protected in this time. But the elect is is going to see 1,000 die at one side and 10,000 at another. 50,000, 100,000, 2 million. Great death is coming. You're gonna have sinkholes that are gonna collapse, and the ground just collapse under in these different cities and stuff. The Lord he's saving this place, America, for last. It's never gonna be inhabited ever again. But this is going on around the world because the Lord is gonna judge the earth. He's judging the earth, but ultimately he's gonna judge this place, America. He's saving it for last. There's great judgment coming to this place and across the world. But he said, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. You see, the elect is going to be guided in this time. This is why you got to get in line. I got one more. Let me close out with this. Great death, and we gonna see it. We witnessing it right now. I got one more, and I'll close out with this. There's great death coming. Great death. Call halal Yahawah BASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Judgment is taking place. It says Isaiah. This is why the Lord said, and you still have Israelites that just they hear this, they see this, and they don't believe. That's why the Lord said, those that don't believe, you're gonna perish in your non-belief. You're gonna die in your not believing. You're gonna die not believing. And then until you see it, you at the last seconds, that's when you're gonna say, you know, because the Lord's coming like a thief in the night, man. He's bringing unexpected death. You don't know when this shit gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's coming out of nowhere. This is why you gotta be spiritually prepped and ready and serving the Lord, man. Because you don't know when He's coming. This is why you got to be ready, because you don't know when the explosions and earthquakes, and they just had it in Morocco. You know, these things are coming out of nowhere. He said He's coming like a thief in the night. You don't know when death's coming. See, this is why you have to be begging for mercy that the Lord saves you and delivers you and protects you in this time, man, of judgment. Day and night begging Him, all through the day praying. You got kids, you better be anointing them with oil. Anointing yourself, praying, fasting. You know, this is the time that we're in, man. I'll close out with this. Isaiah 66 and 15. Isaiah 66 and 15. It says, For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with His chariots, the Elohim, the angels, those UFOs that are out there, they're coming closer and closer. It says, like a whirlwind. See, like a whirlwind. It says to render His anger with fury. The Lord He's furious, man. He said, I will not, when I come back, I will not meet thee as a man. It says, and His rebuke with flames of fire. 16. It says, for by fire, ultimately the Lord's going to cleanse the world with fire. He's using fire. Fervent heat that melts concrete. Metal is going to turn it to ash, and ultimately this place, America, is going to be turned into ash, dust, nothing left. But He's going to use fire in this end time. For by fire and by His sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Call halal YAHAWAHSHI. The Lord is judging the earth, and He gonna put a lot of people to death. It's gonna be so much death in this end coming. It's gonna be death from one end of the earth to the other. Shalom.